Good morning, Mr. Ridley. Sir, you are charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On December 29, 2024, officers were dispatched to a disturbance in a weapon at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed the defendant standing in front of the complainant's vehicle, preventing her from driving away. The officer made contact with the complainant, who stated she and the defendant have been in a dating relationship for about 2 years, and the complainant stated she and the defendant got into an argument in his residence after he mentioned something about her children. The complainant stated she decided to leave and got in her vehicle, where she stated the defendant wanted his belongings out of her car, and the defendant had placed some of the groceries she bought on her car at some point. They were arguing and attempted to break her driver's side window. The complainant stated she rolled down her window to prevent the defendant from breaking her window, and that the defendant reached into her vehicle and struck her in the left side of her face with a closed fist while she was sitting in the driver's seat. The complainant stated the defendant hit her in the left side of her face several times and that she felt pain.
I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Mr. Ridley, I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm ordering you not to have contact with this person. Do you understand? I will protect every person in my county. If I find that you violate any of these conditions, you become a danger to anyone else, I'm going to lock you up. Do you understand? A protective order has been issued in this case. I would get to know it. If you do something to violate this protective order, like go to the protected individual's house, have any contact with her. If you're in possession of a weapon, the state can and probably will file a violation of protective order against you. It's one of the worst cases you can pick up. Do you understand? So get to know it and don't smoke any dope. Don't use any alcohol. How old are you? What do you do for a living?
I go to school right now.
Where do you go to school?
I was going to Summer Creek High School. My friend Road in Houston, Kansas Academy.
So what are you doing now? Are you doing nothing with your life?
No, I go to school, but
no. Are you actively enrolled in school? Yes or no?
Actively, no, not right now, but
so that's what's going to happen now. I'm going to provide you a lawyer. You must either get in school full time or get a job full time as part of your bond conditions as well. Do you understand?
Not the reason I understand, but the reason I ain't in school, right?
Don't matter. When you have too much time on your hands, you become self-destructive. We need you to do something with your life so that you become something of yourself and with yourself, because you turn 40, 50 years old and you ain't got some kind of education or some kind of trade or some kind of working knowledge. You're going to end up on the street, no money. And this life sucks without money. Do you understand? If you don't believe me, go look in the jails. If you can provide him a lawyer, same thing. Hold on, I'm not done. We'll set out 2 weeks, see where we go on, and then no dope, no alcohol. All the jazz and no weapons. All right, come on.
Go ahead and sign for your reset. All right, Judge, next is page 20. Sanford, come on up. Go ahead and have the signature box on it.
You were Jessica Sanford. Ms. Sanford, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, man.
Yes, Judge. On September 29th, 2023, officer was dispatched to a disturbance call in Harris County, Texas, and met with the complainant, who stated he asked the defendant to leave his apartment multiple times, but she would not comply. The complainant had video footage of the defendant refusing to leave and mentioning something about darkness inside of him. And the complainant and the defendant were in a relationship, but the complainant had ended things earlier that day. The defendant locked the complainant out of his apartment, and the complainant showed officers an injury on the back of his neck that appeared to be nail scratches. The defendant barricaded herself in the apartment, refusing to leave. So in this case, Your Honor, the injury caused by the defendant, according to the complainant, would be the nail scratches on the back of his neck that he showed the
You
officer.
say you never told me that an officer said this, that he told this to an officer?
Complainant just showed an officer an injury on the back of his neck that appeared to be nail scratches. Let me read the full DIMS, Your Honor, and see if he mentioned something else.
We don't work on hunches.
Yes, Judge.
I never heard anything that don't, please.
So the full DIMS reads that the complainant advised of an injury he had on the back of his neck area that appeared to be nail scratches done by the defendant with their hands, causing the complainant to feel pain. Yes, Judge. And I apologize for.
Okay. I just want to make sure that we're
Yes, Judge.
in the up and up. Ms. Sanford, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do we know whether he wants to have contact with her or not? I know that you want to talk. I've got a bunch of DAs here. Whatever you say, they're going to use it against you. Now's not the time. You will have the opportunity to fight. I promise.
I don't want to fight, sir.
Okay, don't say anything. I know, please. I've got a bunch of DAs here. Whatever you say, they're going to use it against you. Just don't.
We've attempted, but we're unable to get a hold of her at this time.
Okay, so tell me, Ms. Sanford, are you working at this time? I only want to know, are you working?
I haven't been able to because since I've been arrested, I
Stop.
haven't been able to get
I will provide you a lawyer today. I don't want you to say anything. I'm going to give you a lawyer. You can tell your side to the lawyer. Lawyers can talk to the DAs for you. But I've got so many people here. I mean, all these people will be witness to whatever you say, and they'll use it against you to prove guilt, okay? So just hang tight. Give me 20 minutes. I'll give you a lawyer, and you can tell your side to the lawyer, okay? I want you to understand, though, I don't want you to have contact with this person because I don't know if they want to have contact with you. They've been unable to reach him. Until that we know that she or he wants to have contact with you, don't. Trust me, I'm trying to help you, okay? I promise. We're not here to do anything bad. I'm going to help you as much as I can, okay? But I need you to be patient with me, all right? Rome wasn't built in a day. Just be a little patient. Let me get you a lawyer, and you can tell your side to the lawyer, okay? Please. All right. So what I'm going to have you do now, I'll have you sign a reset. Just take a seat from the jury box. Let me find you someone here momentarily, okay? Do you have any tissues?
Just have paper towels.
Well, we need no contact, no weapons, Judge.
All right, Judge, next is page 20. Segundo. Come on up.
Thank you, Stephen. Hi. Are you with Mr. Segundo? You filed an attorney of record?
His attorney of record is Nicholas Hale. It should
Okay.
be filed today, and I'm going to bring this in as this associate.
Got it. Okay. Morning, Mr. Segundo. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On December 30th, 2024, the officer was dispatched to a possible DWI at North South Houston Tollway in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with a witness who stated he observed the defendant's motor vehicle fail to drive in a single lane, driving on the improved shoulder and striking the right barrier wall. The officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle change from lanes 2 to 3 without a signal, signaled the lane change from 3 to 2, and then failed to signal a lane change when going back from 3 to 2. The traffic stop was then initiated, and the defendant's motor vehicle pulled over at a high rate of speed, nearly striking the barrier wall. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver of the vehicle, and the officer observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, an unstable gait as the defendant walked, and red glassy eyes. The defendant stated he was driving home from being at a party. He had consumed 3 Bud Light beers and 2 vodka mixed drinks 2 hours prior to the traffic stop. The officer administered standard field sobriety tests, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 4 out of 8, 1 leg stand 2 out of 4. The defendant read the DIC and refused to provide a sample. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
Just segundo, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I'm going to revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand, sir? Any private WIs?
No, Your Honor. And license is eligible.
Okay, as long as you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance, you can continue to drive. Just be careful. It may become suspended. If it does, you can't drive. You've got a lawyer. Because you do, I'll waive your appearance, but you got to stay in touch with them. They'll tell you when you have to come back to court. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you, I will revoke the bond. So just stay in contact. Don't pick up any new cases and don't use. Questions? All right, man. Good luck. Thank you.
Witness, like.